Okay, so we'll take a look at getting it set up on a fork first. Now, first off, we want these bump-ons, these little grips, to really grip snugly and securely on your fork. So we're just checking it for fit, for diameter, and I can already feel those really gripping snugly and securely, so I know that's going to pull down and not slip once it's in place. Now, if the fork was a different diameter, as I said previously, we can put in these little units here to change the actual internal diameter of the base and make it grip better. And as it happens, that will grip, but I think a wider base actually just provides a more stable platform. So I think just native straight onto the fork, all good. Okay, so the next thing I would be considering is, with the unit just loosely mounted on the base, is the line of your cable. So it's going to go inside the fork, and we're going to draw the cable out, and we're just looking at the cable line. So I can actually move the unit, maybe turn towards the front or to the side to get this line right. I mean, essentially you want the cable line to be parallel to the fork and the actual movement of the fork, but also in more or less in line with the actual side of the fork as well, so that it's not running off at an angle. If you get a nice straight cable exit from the unit, it runs just that little bit smoother. But of course, next you want to think about the top mount. So if this is going to mount somewhere up here, you'll be checking that your top mount can be mounted appropriately to catch the cable at the end, so somewhere about there. I think that looks good. So I would just go ahead and snug down the base unit in advance. So just use the cable, push it through, snug down, cable strap. I won't tighten these down fully just yet until we've kind of finalising the installation and we're happy with its final location. So that's the bottom. The cable straps are left not super tight just yet. So then we're going to take out the top mount, push the cable through around the fork. Try and make sure it's a nice clean surface, and then the actual rubber pad at the back of the mount will have a chance to grip more effectively. There we go. That's reasonably snugly tied down. Just loop it through. Now what I'm concerned about is cable line, and they've got two slots on this. I'm going to put that in the outer one. I think that gives us a better cable line, more parallel to the cable, so that's all good. Cool. The bump-ons on this, the rubber pads, you can actually still snug it around just by giving it a bit of pressure. That looks all good. I'm happy with that. So I'll just tighten these up, make sure these are nice and tight. Brilliant. Snug them through, and that looks pretty good. What you sometimes find is, especially on the tops of the fork, these the actual crown can be tapered, and that can mean the top mount can actually slide off it. At the moment it's nice clean fresh insulation, so that's gripping quite well. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. What you could do would be to use the plastic tie wrap over the top of it, and that sort of benefits two ways. You've got the nice rubber strap gripping the actual fork, because the plastic tie wraps don't really have a very grippy surface, so we'll just compress one over the top of the other, just tie that down, and it gives a lot more security. So if you're experiencing problems with the actual top mount slipping or moving, that's what you could do to get around that. But we don't need that just now. So I would say that's looking pretty good. Top fork finished.